Welcome to the Reece Reports. I am Andrew Reece, and I am coming to you from my house, and I am coming to you after an epic choke job collapse of the Toronto Maple Leafs losing to the Montreal Canadiens after being up 3-1, going down 4-3. I do not know what to say, so I'm going to let Jose say what he needs to say.
First of all, fuck the Leafs. I'm fucking sick and tired of this bullshit. Not even get past the first round. And of all the teams, you lose to Montreal Canadiens, up 3-1. I'm so pissed off right now. You don't even understand. Okay, so let me first start with the goaltending. Goaltending was solid. Can't complain. Then again, Game 7, that shit fucking five-hole
the legs goal every time, Jose.
It kills every single momentum of a team. It kills every single year.
Horrible turnover, Marner, before that.
Oh, of course. Instead of passing it or dumping it in, no, he tries to dig out the whole team. He tries to make. Second of all, Marner, please, you're getting paid $11 million a year. You asked for that money. What the fuck are you doing? Please, that's 3 years in a row.
19 games, no goals, Jose. In the
no goals. Like, are you serious right now? And you have him killing penalties. What did he do?
He cost them 2 games in this series at least.
Ilya Mikheyev can kill penalties for one point something million. Like, please, if you know what, at the beginning of the year, I was telling you to trade Nylander. Never mind, trade Matthew. Trade a freaking Marner. I think he's just a regular season player. Come to playoff time when the games get tough and stuff like that. He's not a player for that. And I'm sorry. Let's talk about Austin Matthews, another banana that's making $12 million, and that can't even one goal in 7 games against the Montreal Canadiens. Come on, please.
Didn't show up.
And then the worst part of all, you're up 3-1. All you need is a stupid 1 game to win 1 more game, and you go lose 2 games in overtime, which the stupidest plays I've ever seen in my life. You give up 2-0 on a break on an overtime. Whoever, I've never seen that before in my life. And how the hell do you give up 2-0? And then all of a sudden, the last game, Dermott. What the hell are you thinking? Like, what are these guys thinking?
And you know how I know he didn't learn, Jose? Because if you watch this game, he did it again today. He did the same spinorama in his own zone. He didn't learn a thing from that.
I don't understand. And then like Carey Price played amazing tonight.
He was unbelievable. I mean,
he was making saves left and right, and I'm so pissed off, man.
He owned Hyman in this series. Hyman had so many chances.
Hyman in this game 7 had like 50 scoring chances. He couldn't even score one. But then again, I'm so pissed, man.
But Jose, you know what? There's no excuse for the starts. Game 5 and Game 6, Montreal took the game to them.
Even tonight's game, there wasn't a good start at all. Mm-hmm. Like, and then after, like, these referees, like, you're gonna let them play? There was a couple of penalties in the first period against that Montreal could have got.
Yeah,
they let them play. That's fine. Leafs the same thing. But then you're gonna call like a little bullshit penalty like that on. No, who was it that got the penalty? I think it was TJ Brody or whatever it was, or McDermott or whatever.
Yeah. Hall got it, I think. So,
like, are you serious right now? Like, they did make up some bullshit calls toward the Leafs.
They did, yeah.
And then, please, this fucking power play. That was amazing during the regular season. What the hell happened in the playoffs? Like,
I gotta say, Jose, Keefe did not make any adjustments.
No, he didn't. He just played. And please, like, what was the point of getting Riley Nash if he's not going to play? What was the point of that?
He wasn't very good in the 2 games he played.
And you're going to have an injured Foligno playing the 4th line for what? Why don't you put in like a Nick Robertson or something, like a young kid that wants to play? Like look at Montreal. They put in Evans, they put in freaking Kontaniemi, they put in Caulfield and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, why wouldn't you play Robertson in the Game 7 or something like that? Just give him like 5-10 minutes of gameplay. No, but you have an injured Foligno that did fuck alls, waste of fucking draft picks, and now he's gonna leave, You're not gonna resign him because he's garbage.
Actually, he has one more year left in his deal, I believe.
Does he?
So he'll be a Leaf
Oh.
next year.
What a fucking waste of money, anyways.
Yeah.
And then again, I don't know, man. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating.
17
you know what? I think
years, Jose. 17 years.
I think Gil is right. I think we do have a fucking curse, and I think we should go to one of those African people that do the voodoo curses and reverse them. And like it's unbelievable. It's every single game 7 that there's always a shit goal that they let in when it's a 0-0 game.
Yep.
And it just takes the
last year
momentum of
too.
the whole team. And then the big players are not showing up. Like, okay, Tavares got hurt. That did kill.
That's no excuse, though. My dad tried to tell me that there's no excuse for them to lose this series.
They were up 3-1. They won 3 games without him. It's not like they didn't. Like,
and they after game 4, Jose, nobody in the world thought that Montreal had any chance to win this series with or without Tavares. Nobody thought they had a chance.
Even that game 1, like that. How do you give up a shorthanded goal like that? Like, are you serious right now? Like I know it was a nice goal. Don't get me wrong, but like,
Jose, I'm telling you,
goal like that,
this series was about turnovers at the worst possible time, really bad penalties at the worst possible time, and then if you look at this series in a whole, the Leafs got production from their defense, which no one expected. They usually never get production from their defense.
But then again, bottom 2 lines,
their bottom 2 lines produced in the series. Spezza, Galchenyuk get produced. They lost this series because the big boys didn't show up.
Exactly, absolutely.
Marner and Matthews did not show up.
You know what? If I was the Leafs, I would trade Marner in this season. I'll trade them all. Never mind. Get rid of those fucking guys.
Unfortunately, they're stuck with Marner because he makes 11 million. No one's gonna trade for him. Unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. And Matthews makes 12 million, and that's all bullshit, man. I'm upset right now.
Is this worse? Is this worse than the Boston choke job?
Absolutely. Yeah,
I agree.
This is like I'd rather lose to Ottawa Senators in the 7-game series right now than lose to the Montreal Canadiens, and you're up 3-1. That's like your hated. That's your hated rival. That's your like rivalry game right there, and you're losing. You're winning 3-1 the series, and you lose to Montreal. That's like it's unbelievable. I told them I'd rather lose to the shittiest. I'd rather lose to Buffalo for fuck's sakes than lose to Montreal.
I realize Carey Price stood on his head, but it's really hard to believe. Man. It's hard to believe Montreal won this series. I picked the Leafs to win this series. Like I can't believe.
You telling me the Leafs couldn't average 3 goals a game, or 4 goals a game, but then again, like I said, when it comes to playoff time, these guys are not. They're not ready to play the playoffs. Matthews is a regular season player. Marner's a regular season player. These guys don't have the balls to play in the playoffs. They don't have the toughness, the mental toughness. They don't have the
clearly.
It's okay. Don't get me wrong. Matthews, he had his chances and stuff like that. Price did make some nice saves on him, but Marner, that's 3 years.
He was really bad.
That's 3 years in a row. Come on, man. You got to step it up. Man up. Do something. Please. You can't just be relying on you to killing penalties. Who gives a shit about killing penalties?
When Jason Spezza has 3 goals and Marner and Matthews have 1, that's a big problem.
And I'll tell you right now, the Leafs would have been shit without Nylander. Nylander was the one who stepped up in this series.
Yeah, he had 5 goals in the series.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, man.
But like I said, my Penguins lost because Malkin and Crosby had 1 goal, and your team lost because Marner and Matthews had 1 goal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? If they give you anything at all, the series is over a lot sooner. But they didn't come through.
But listen, we had the goaltending to win this freaking series.
Yes, I don't want to hear people blaming Campbell. You people out there, this is not on Campbell. This is not on Campbell at all.
It's the stupid giveaways in overtime that screwed us over.
Yeah.
We had the series in our hands. Out of 3 games, all you had to do was win 1 game.
Yeah.
And you couldn't win 1 game against Montreal Canadiens. I'm sorry. I don't care if Carey Price saved every single shot or whatever, but
A
Come
lot
on,
of
man.
people are going to blame Keefe, and he can be blamed for the starts of Game 5 and 6. They were not ready to play in Game 5 and
I
6.
don't. He's not a coach for the Leafs. I'm sorry.
He
This
doesn't make any
kid. This
adjustments. Like,
He doesn't. He doesn't. And he's not a coach for the NHL. He should just stick in the AHL. And you need a coach that has balls and like, you know what? Get a Tortorella over here. I would love to see
yeah,
Tortorella with this team.
hmm
You know what? Everybody would fucking be playing fucking hard hockey for him because it
that's
wouldn't be,
true.
none of this pussy bullshit. You would
Yeah,
play, or else your ass would be sit down. Look at Lanes, look at all these
yeah,
Felinos and do the Dubés and all
yeah.
these guys that he
The
set his
the
ass on
country
the
club
bench.
atmosphere is over. It's time for someone to get someone tough in here that can coach them.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, man.
because the
Like, look at
experience didn't help. They got all these experienced playoff guys. It didn't help them at
hey,
all.
look at the Islanders, for example. The fucking Barry Trotz gets
Barry
over there,
Trotz.
but those guys fucking, it's like they're eating ice for the guy. Like it's like
Yeah,
their life depends on it.
they
Like,
play
you know
like
what I
they
mean?
have no talent on their team,
Yeah,
and that's
exactly.
the way the
That's
Leafs
what it
need to
is.
play.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
absolutely, man.
They
Like
just they you don't see the desire, you don't see the want. Montreal, watching them today, it looked like they wanted it more than the Leafs. I can't explain why.
it's not that they wanted it more than Leafs. They got that second goal off Corey Perry
Off
too. Like
Barry, no one
it
covering
goes
him in
off of
front.
his leg. Yeah, it goes off
Yeah,
his leg and it goes in like that
it was going to
empty
be
net.
that kind of goal though, because a lot of lucky
Yeah,
goals in this
absolutely.
series, right?
That's what have been happening the whole series. There's always been
Yeah,
these lucky goals off.
yeah,
Even the Leafs goals too.
yeah.
The last games there have been deflections and stuff like that.
So what do
But
you do,
it's
Jose, in the offseason? Do you fire everybody? What do you do?
listen, man. I don't think they're gonna fire. I don't think they're gonna fire Dubas.
Or Keefe? No, I
Or
agree.
I don't think Keith is
Like you have to make a
NHL
serious
material.
move. You lose 4 years in a row in the first round. Like you got to do something serious to shake up
Absolutely,
this team, right?
absolutely, absolutely. I'm telling you, you have to make a blockbuster trade.
It's going to be hard though with the salaries, but
Yeah, but then again, you can get like a player with a high salary back or something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like to compensate
yeah.
or retain half of his salary or something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Well,
there's always shit around that you can
well,
do.
they
But
don't have cap space, so they're going to have to be creative.
well, Freddie Anderson gets off the books. A
Yeah,
lot of
Freddie
guys,
Anderson's gone. Hyman's a free agent, who they're going
yeah.
to probably want to re-sign. Um,
So
so
and
yeah,
then,
I mean,
but then like if you can get rid of a big contract or whatever, just you need a shakeup. You need a big shakeup. And
this is
like
bad.
I understand you brought in Thornton for
No,
veteran
he's
help,
gone. Yeah,
but
he's
he's
gone.
gone. Like he
Simmons
didn't do
is
nothing.
gone.
He didn't do nothing in the playoffs. Simmons, you know what? I would if he can come back for 700 out again. I'll keep him
Mm,
just for the fourth line. Just to
yeah,
bang bodies here and there. If Spezza wants to play another year, I'll keep him. I'll bring him back.
yeah,
He's been
yeah.
playing
He
well,
played
man. Like
well. Yeah.
he's been playing well. Like if he wants to come back, I would play him. But these guys, they has to be on the minimum contracts, like
Yeah.
700K, right?
It
But
really
then
is hard
again,
to
man,
believe that this has
it's
happened.
it's so frustrating, man.
Normally I laugh and I say I expected this. This time I did not. I did not expect it this time.
who expected it after going up 3-1? Who the hell expected them to lose 3 games to Montreal Canadiens? Come
Yeah.
on, man. Like
I,
it's just so frustrating. Like it's been so many years we can't even pass out of the first round. Like and this year
17
we have
years.
and this year was the best chance for the
Right.
Leafs to
Because
go
Boston and
farthest.
Tampa are back next year. Yes. Yeah.
It's sad, man. It's like it's pathetic. It's really pathetic, man. I'm so like I was pissed, man. Like
Did you break anything?
no, my wife was sitting beside me, so she didn't let me pay. She didn't let me break anything. This time she watched the game. She doesn't even understand anything about
Even
hockey,
my
but
wife, Michelle, even she watched the game today.
yeah, she watched the game beside me, but she was always like an eye in the corner just in case I would break something.
She made a bet with my dad. I swear to God, $100 that Montreal would win the game, and she won
Oh, see, easy. It makes good money.
because she knows the history. Even though she doesn't watch hockey, she knows the Leafs always lose.
Yeah, especially Game 7. They're 0-7 or 0-8
0-8
now.
now. 0-8
Yeah.
now. Yeah. So
It's pathetic, man. It's so sad.
it is so unbelievable. I don't even like. Normally, I would laugh, but it's just I don't even know what to say. It's this
What do you
one
do?
was a shocker.
What's there to say? Is they're horrible. I don't think screw the regular season. And this team is going to be judged based on their playoff run.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. The regular season meant nothing. Everyone knows that.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. Because I'm sick of like regular season. Everybody plays free. There's no shutdown. There's no like defensive hockey. It's just up and down. Whatever, get your points.
Like to me,
But
this is
then
a 1-8. This is a 1-8 matchup. To me,
it is. It is. It is.
like Montreal was that bad heading into the playoffs.
Montreal barely made it to the playoffs. They were like
It's unbelievable.
They were losing all their games at the end of the regular season. But then
Yeah.
again, half of their players were all injured. They
got
all
healthy.
came back in the
Yeah.
playoffs. Yeah. But then again, man, I had told you, like I already told you, it wasn't going to be easy. I told you that it wasn't going to be easy, and that
Yeah.
the Leafs are going to be tough, especially with Carey Price. But then again, I wasn't expecting this, especially up 3-1. Absolutely not. It hurts, man. Like it's like being stabbed in the heart. Like it's so many years. I can't even see. I can't even speak, man. Like I'm so.
Well, Jose, I'd like
speechless,
to say at least when I wore a Maple Leaf uniform, at least I knew how to win a cup. You see, like
Hey, but listen, that's because you had a real defensive core around you. Because I was on
Leaf
the team
fans,
too.
I did it for you. Okay, I did it for you because your team's useless and can't do it. I did it for you. Okay.
Wait, we did it. We did it.
That's right.
I was part of that team. We had a good team that year.
What a coincidence that I have a Pittsburgh Express championship over here and I got the Leafs. It's like just by coincidence, we have the championships. But
man.
Look, as mad as I was about my team losing, at least I could look at my team and say they got screwed by the goalie, and we played well. I don't know what the Leafs' excuse is, and I can't think of one.
There is no excuse.
No,
there is no excuses.
Even without Tavares, they got to win this series.
They had to win this series. Like, are you kidding me?
And it wasn't like Muzzin being out cost them the game today. I mean, maybe he would have covered Perry in front of the net.
No, that has nothing to do with it. Muzzin injured. Montreal guys were injured too. You think Shea Weber's 100%?
No, he's not. No, even Carey Price came in not healthy.
Yeah, you think Brendan Gallagher is 100%?
No, he scored his first goal today.
And they're playing, man. They're toughing it out like everybody else does. It's playoffs, man.
Yeah. Even their best players weren't their best players. Tatar didn't score.
Tatar's on the bench. He's watching in the press box.
Gallagher just got his first goal today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like their young players showed up. Kakiniemi, Caulfield.
At the right time.
And Corey Perry, 2 big goals from an experienced playoff player. Leafs could have signed him, I guess. But I can't believe it, Jose. I honestly.
You know what? I think Gil is right. We're fucking cursed.
Yeah,
I think Gil is right.
He did call it. He said, "You guys are cursed. I just don't believe you'll ever win." And he was right.
I think so.
Of all the people, I had a lot of people respond to me today, but there's a man named Anthony Malfera somewhere hiding in his house, and he went 0 dark 30. He's not saying a word. I'm going to get to him so we can find out what he has to say. But Jose, I cannot believe we're going to see Winnipeg and Montreal in the next round.
Me too.
What is happening in the NHL today, man? But at least my Stanley Cup pick is alive. Colorado smashing teams. I like it. Just smashing teams. I like it. That's at least that's a think about
at
this.
Least, my Vegas is still in it. They lost their first game to Colorado, but they'll be back.
I think if you look at the MVP candidates, there'll be McDavid, possibly Crosby and Matthews, and they're all gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who would have thought? But a hot goalie will win you series. And Price is one of those goalies. He knocked out my team last year. He did this to me last year. He knocked us out in 4 in a 5-game series. So maybe I shouldn't be that surprised that he can stifle a good offense. But the power play, if you remember when we did our preview, Jose, I said the Leafs power play is a major concern. They'll need production from Tavares, but he got hurt. So it kind of even, made the odds a little bit closer for Montreal. Like the things that happened throughout the series.
But still, though, the whole series, you go 3 for 20 something in the power play.
It was really bad.
Man.
And Montreal scored on the power play.
Shorthanded too.
That was the difference.
And you telling me with all that firepower, you just going to score 3 goals in the power play? Come on, please. Yeah. It's like these guys didn't even want to shoot, man. It's every single time. It's pass. On the, like, if it's not Matthews shooting the puck, who else does? Maybe Nylander was shooting. The rest are all like always trying to find the perfect pass. Come on, man.
Trying to be too
It's
fancy.
so
Yeah.
it's so pathetic, man. You know what? Fire everybody. Fire Dubas.
Yeah, there you
Fire
go.
Shanahan. Fire Keefe. Trade the whole freaking team and get a new team. Never mind the bullshit.
Yeah. There's
If
a
I was,
lot of
you know,
people that feel that way.
if I was the GM, I'll tell you straight up. If I was the GM, I would trade Matthews and Marner for McDavid. Straight up. I'm telling you, straight up. Screw those guys.
But McDavid didn't show up either in the playoffs.
But listen, no,
Jose.
McDavid scored. Hey, how many goals did McDavid score
One.
for Edmonton? And one. And who does he have to play with him on this line? No, Draisaitl played on the second line. Besides Draisaitl, who does he have to play?
I think he plays with Yamamoto and
Are you fucking
Puljujärvi? Yeah.
Yeah. Compared to a Marner and compared to a William Nylander and compared to a come on, get out of here, please. And he still put up 100 and something points in 50. Okay, but it's a regular season. But that's still bullshit, man. Like that guy's, to me, he's the best player. Like honestly, like the way he plays, he's the best player.
Yes, but I will say this: I've watched him in the playoffs. He has not been the same player in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Okay, the past 3 years they've been out of the first round, but there was one the series that they took him all the way to the second round against the Ducks, a couple while. Yeah. So and who's also was on the team? It was just him and Draisaitl. Like it's not like
Hopkins.
they have. Yeah, come on, Nugent Hopkins. Nugent Hopkins is like another Alex Kerfoot.
I like Nurse. Nurse is one of my favorite defensemen.
That's what I'm saying. Like besides that, I mean, they don't have a big depth like the Leafs had. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
If that guy had the depth like the Leafs had, that guy would have been. Oh my god, it's not even fun.
So shots fired at Matthews. I mean. Look,
I don't care. Matthews needs to step up, man. Like he needs to be a man and start like being a little pussy and a little cry, like he's shaking.
My dad wants to be more physical.
Yeah, absolutely. Start being start throwing your body around. Even Marner too. Go to Gary Roberts' freaking off season. Put some weight on, put some muscle on, and then you can freaking play.
I mean, I think
hockey.
Marner is what he is. He's going to be a small guy that tries to skate around and beat guys.
And then he's going to get body checked all over the
and take over the glass penalties because he's too nervous about getting hit. You know.
Yeah, like a retard. Like a retard.
You know what's amazing? Man. Don Cherry said before the series that he believed Montreal had a chance because the Leafs weren't going to be physical enough, and everyone laughed at him and said he even called Matthews soft before the series started. And my God, is he kind of right? Like he wasn't far off.
The Leafs weren't soft, man. They just that's not their game. Their game is not to body check. That's the
problem in the playoffs. You need to be tough.
You're right. Yeah. Absolutely. But you had the players to be tough. But they just that's not the. I guess it's the coaches' decision to play like that. Like I don't understand.
Once they hired Keefe, Jose, you knew they were going to be like a finesse team at that point because Babcock's gone, the tough guy's gone, the defensive coach is gone. They're just going to let him skate around and hope to win games.
Honestly, I hope they get rid of Keefe and bring in like a Tortorella, some hard ass guy that will drive these guys down. You don't want to play. Your ass is sitting down on the bench. Like I don't understand why. Like you're down 2 goals. Don't get me wrong. Hyman played a hell of a game. Why isn't Nylander on the first line?
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go to the all eggs.
Like you have to go, or you put Matthews like in the second line, third line, get him away from that defensive pairing that were. Yeah, you know what? And I'll give credit to the defense of Montreal. What's his name? Shabbat or whatever.
Yeah, Shabbat, Petrie, and Weber.
Weber, you know what? They played a hell of a series against that first line. They shut them down pretty well.
Philip Deneau was the guy who shut down Matthews.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was very good against Matthews.
That line. Yeah, I'm saying like those you got to give them credit too, but that's no excuse.
A first-year coach. It's a miracle Montreal won this series. They have a first-year coach who people thought was a moron, and he took out his kids in the first game, and they won, and then they lost the second game, and he brought the kids back in, and thank God he did because they wouldn't have won the series without those kids.
Oh man! And here goes another hard off season waiting for. There's always next year.
Well, at least we got a short turnaround. Portugal's coming up. Maybe they'll give you a little bit more pleasure because this has not been a good year.
I don't think they're gonna win it. Like I said, I don't think not this year. Not this year. It's hard, man. It's hard because there hasn't been no European team to going back-to-back championship, except I think Spain did it like maybe a little while
Yeah,
back
Spain
ago. I
Spain did
think
do it.
Spain did it.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
been the only team that's ever won
Yeah.
back-to-back championships. So it's hard, man. Like, and then that tournament's been around a long time. So yeah, man. But
Yeah. So
it's sad, man. It's sad.
listen, guys, at the end of the day, this was a choke job. I know my dad doesn't think it was a choke job, but this was a choke job. You can't go, invisible on the offensive end and start the way that you started. It's either coaching or the players. And to me, it's the players because they already fired a coach. And they did not have any killer instinct. And their best players weren't their best players, and that's why they're out. My team, it was goaltending, and my best players weren't our best players. So that's what we think about this horrific Leaf collapse. All you Leaf fans out there, I know you're going crazy right now. So I know you're going to love this episode. Please give us all your feedback, comments. Tell us what you think of this series and what you believe happened. Please share and listen along. I'm hoping to have other Leaf fans on the show. My dad already wants to come on the show and give his rant. He's not a happy man right now. I'm hoping to find Anthony somewhere buried in his house, trying to figure out where he is. He's not answering his phone right now. But hopefully we can have some more people as we go through the playoffs talking about this series, because now Pittsburgh and Toronto are both out, and all you can do is talk about what happened. So Jose got some therapy tonight. I thank him for unleashing his fury. He's not happy at all, man. He's just like, I think I'm going to be up all night laughing and doing the choke sign. Honestly, it's embarrassing. Just
It,
it's an embarrassing loss. It really is. If you're a Leaf
I,
fan, what do you say? What do you say? I mean,
what do you say? You say a lot of curse words, swear words. You
yeah.
break stuff, break a couple of
Like, you can't even
walls.
defend them. Like, most of the time you can defend them. How do you defend them after losing this series? You can't.
What are you gonna defend? What are you
Yeah.
gonna say? Oh yeah, they should have scored
Oh,
this. They should have.
Tavares was out. Muzzin was
Yeah.
out.
So what? Muzzin was out just the last game.
That's right. That's right.
Like it's not like he was there all 6 games before.
Yeah.
Like what happened in game 5? He was there. They
Yeah.
didn't win. What happened in game 6?
Yeah.
He left halfway, but he was
Yeah.
still there. Like, come on, man. It's sad, man. It's so sad. It's pathetic, man. What a way to lose the biggest possibility you have to make it to the conference
Yeah.
finals or whatever the
I
finals.
really believe this was the Leafs' best chance to get to the
Absolutely,
conference final and
absolutely.
possibly win the cup. I didn't think they'd win the semifinal matchup because I think that division is too strong. But this was their best chance because now Boston and Tampa Bay come back to the division, and Tampa Bay is just, that team
Tampa
is,
Bay is
they're not
crazy.
going anywhere.
Even Boston, man. Like
Yeah.
they lose all these players and they still have all these crazy players. Pasternak is a beast.
Yeah.
Marchand, Bergeron, like
Yeah. Even Florida and Carolina come back. They're not in the same division, but they're in the same conference, and they're both really good
yeah,
teams. So
absolutely.
it's about to get tougher. So
Oh man.
what can I say,
It's
guys?
okay. Hey, what golf courses your Pittsburgh playing on? So then I can get my Leafs to
Yeah.
go there too.
Shout out to Vito, who was talking about Crosby being on the golf course. And I told you before game 7 that Matthews and Marner were going to join him.
What a
I hope you
threesome right
watched this
there.
episode, Vito.
Oh my God, I can't believe it, man. I'm
17
still
years. 17 years without a playoff win. It's remarkable. I don't know if that's worse than the 53 years it's been since they've won the cup, but
come
to
on,
not
dude.
win a
That
playoff
is
series
worse.
for that
Like
long.
like a playoff series, just one, and you had great opportunities to to really win one series. You had
Yeah.
Boston in game. They were up 3-2 against Boston,
Yeah.
and you lose game 6 at home,
Yeah.
and then you go into lose game 7. Then I won't even talk about that choke job when you're up 4-1 with 10 minutes left, and
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
this year the same bullshit. Ah, man, it's tough to swallow,
The last
man,
series the Leafs
especially for
won was
like for a Leaf fan, man.
in 2004. It was against the Ottawa Senators when Patrick Lalime had a shitter in game 7. Joe
Yeah,
Newendike scored 2 goals from the side of the net in between the
yeah,
legs. That was their
yeah.
last playoff series win. And it's been a long road since then.
A long road, tough road for
The amount of
for
questions that are going to be asked about this team in the next little while. We're going to have more people on the show. Jose is giving his rant. My dad's going to come on the show, give us his rant. I'm hoping to find Anthony and anyone else out there. If you're watching this, come on the show and unleash your fury. I'd love to have you. But until then, thank you, Jose, for coming on the show
No
to give us
problem.
your immediate reaction after this epic collapse of the Toronto Maple Leafs. And
It could have been worse, but I'll try to keep it PG, you know,
it could have been worse. You were pretty calm. I was expecting more fury from you.
what I'm feeling inside, it's rage, man. Like I feel like breaking, like losing my mind. Honestly, man, it's so tough, man. It's tough being a Leaf fan, man. Like,
You know this is bad when even I'm surprised it happened. Like I'm the biggest Leaf doubter. I've even picked Columbus last year to beat them, but
yeah, that's
but
true.
even I'm shocked this happened. I picked them to go to the conference final this year, so I'm stunned by this. I never expected this to happen. But
Not first round, at least not first round.
I mean, you saw what happened. Jose explained it. I explained it. Let us know what you think, guys. We're gonna cut this off because I don't want Jose to lose, to get red in his face and start swearing and stuff. But I'm sure as we go on, this will be brought up again as we continue to do shows.
Uh,
So
it's tough, man. It's tough.
it's tough. The Leafs, you get a red card from Jose. All right.
Red. You don't get a red. You get suspended for the life. Never mind for being a Leaf fan. You get suspended from all
Oh,
competitions.
I actually feel I actually feel bad for Leaf fans on this one, but it's too funny. I'm sorry. This is just. I'm trying not to laugh, but I'm trying not to laugh. I'm trying to have some sympathy, but it's just it just is too funny. I can't. I don't even know what to say. This is as big a choke job as the Boston series, and it's in my opinion it's worse. But all right,
Absolutely.
guys, that's our show for today. Thanks you, Jose, for coming on. Guys, subscribe, share, watch this video, give us your comments. Anyone who wants to come on and rant, please come on my show anytime you want. And until the next Reece Report, I'm Andrew Reece, the mouth of the North. This is a very angry Jose Gomes, and I will see you next time on the Reece Report.